I had no idea India was so beautiful. Ironically, I grew up in India, but somehow I ignored what was right in my own backyard, and only because I was too scared to go alone. But this time I decided to take the leap of faith and ended up in Kerala for 12 days solo. I traveled in local trains that cost less than a coffee. I shared hostel rooms with strangers who became friends, floated through the backwaters of Alleppey, stood on cloud-covered hills in Vagamon, tasted the world's best tea in Munnar, and celebrated my birthday with people I had known for less than 24 hours. So let me show you how it was like traveling solo in India, a country that ranks pretty low on women's safety. I flew into Trivandrum airport and then took an auto rickshaw to the railway station. And I got one ticket of the next train going to Varkala. If this is your first time traveling in Indian Railways, you need to understand that there are a few different ticket types available for the trains. The cheapest one is the general ticket, and as a female solo traveler, I would tell you not to do it. Because if you pay a little extra, this was 55 rupees, you get one ticket for the sleeper class, which is less crowded, similar experience, and you get one fixed seat. If this was a longer journey, I would have pre-booked everything on the trains, and I would have also gotten tickets in the 3AC or 2AC compartments. They are slightly more expensive, but they're worth the money, and I feel a little more safer than just traveling in the sleeper or the general classes. Tickets can be pre-booked online on irctc.com or on Make My Trip, and I highly recommend booking them in advance if you have a longer journey coming up. As for me, in a couple of hours, I reached Varkala. Varkala has two areas, North Cliff and South Cliff. I'm staying on the North Cliff area, and if you're also doing the same, more options to come here. I was checking Uber, and an Uber car is also 1300 rupees. The auto people at the airport, they will try and say that they can drop you straight to Varkala at your hotel for 1300, 1200. You can actually get a bus from Trivandrum bus station and then take another auto. I thought I knew India, but once I stepped into Varkala, I realized how wrong I was. This place felt like a completely different country. I spent my first day just walking along the cliff, taking in the views, and just observing. On the north side of the cliff, I noticed that there were a lot of souvenir shops, restaurants, hotels overlooking the sea, and it was just really nice and catered for tourists specifically. I found this place for lunch. It's called Cafe, and it's pretty full. So I checked out the reviews. Turned out nice, pretty good. I think it's kind of westernized, but let's see. I ordered mushroom dosa. This is new. I wasn't really happy with the food that I ate. I was like not satisfied. I paid 350, which is fine, but I would not recommend that place. I think it's just overhyped because like a lot of people go there, but the food was very, very average. Found this cafe called Business Cafe, and it's right here, facing the ocean. Looks superb, so I thought let's stop here. Let's get a coffee. And while sipping coffee on that cliff edge, I was thinking that this is not the India I grew up in, and this is not the India that I also remember. You know, the cliffs are the best part of Varkala, and from North Cliff you can actually walk to South Cliff, and that's exactly what I'm doing, because why would you want to miss this kind of a view? It's a 3 kilometers walk. You can take an auto, they charge like 150 rupees, but let's try and be a little more sustainable and healthy and walk. Now, well, that is a beach you can swim in, and I think the waves are better, and there are lifeguards on duty. You see the yellow ones right there. Also, this is a beach where you can wear bikini. This part of Varkala, this part of India is not that conservative, just FYI. If you're interested in this kind of information, if you're thinking whether you have to be really modest in this part, no, you don't. You can wear whatever you want. And as I was walking down to the South Cliff, I noticed the difference. It was much quieter, calmer. It wasn't as touristy as the North Cliff. It also seemed less commercialized. This part of Varkala felt like it had a slower pace of life, and it felt really refreshing to see that. Now, well, I was here because someone recommended me a cliffside cafe with stunning views, which is perfect for sunset. And well, I take recommendations seriously, so here I was at Cafe Saarwa. I found a table right next to the cliff, and it's probably one of the most popular cafes in South Cliff. I see a lot of people here, but it's still quieter than North Cliff because North Cliff is a little more chaotic and a lot's happening there, but here it's more chilled out and like sit, have a coffee, watch the ocean, that kind of vibe. Varkala has great geological significance. Today, it's even on UNESCO's tentative list for World Heritage status, and that's because the geology of this place dates back to about 23 million years ago. And long before tourists arrived with surfboards and cameras, Varkala was already a destination. It was a major port in the sea trading route and a spiritual hub for pilgrims. So how did this place turn into a tourist hotspot? Only a few decades ago, Varkala was just a quiet village overshadowed by Kovalam, but as backpackers discovered the cliffs, yoga studios and cheap guest houses, it slowly turned into a bohemian surf and spiritual alternative to crowded beach towns like Goa. Kerala tourism stepped in, promoting surfing, adventure and wellness, and suddenly Varkala was on every traveler's bucket list. And all for the right reasons. My fear was slowly fading away, and so I decided to challenge myself a little bit and take the bus from Varkala to Alleppey, which was kind of the worst decision of this trip. Getting to Alleppey is not as easy as I thought. I should have got a train, but basically you can get a bus from Varkala bus stand to Kalambalam and then from there another bus. So I got the bus to Kalambalam, it's this one. It's like a super local bus. But from here, I don't know what I'm doing. I should have booked a train ticket. So this is the bus stop where you can get buses to Alleppey. This is where you have to get the bus. I think this was a mistake. I feel like I should have just taken the train from Varkala to Alleppey. It's straight, and if I just had gotten to the station, I might have found something. But okay, take this as a lesson. Don't take the bus from Varkala to Alleppey. A few transfers and a longer journey of obviously half the price but double the time. I spent the whole day on this commute. Luckily, some locals helped me out and told me which bus to get on, where to get off and what to look for. And even though I'm Indian, I don't know the language here, so that was another challenge. Another fun fact, every state in India has a different language. There's no one Indian language. There are 18 official languages and about 300 different dialects, and the language changes as soon as you change the state. However, as a traveler, English works best because a lot of people just understand that. Okay, that bus ride was extremely traumatic for me. I was literally frustrated, annoyed, irritated, and now I am in Alleppey. Really happy with the fact that I actually got here. It's a 2 freaking hours ride, and it took me 4 hours to get here. Since I am extremely hungry, I found this place called Catamaran. I did not find it. Like someone said, I've been to Catamaran. I was like, no, but I think I might now. Hello. So here I am. It's beachfront. Hello. Yes.
We have space here and upstairs.
Whichever is a better view. Okay, just for one.
Yes.
Thank you. After surviving what felt like the most questionable bus ride of my life, I was here at Cafe Catamaran having my dinner and coffee to end the day. And now that I think about it, so many things could have gone wrong. It wasn't planned well, I didn't even know if I was getting off at the right stop, and I was trusting my instincts and a couple of strangers who told me where to go. But in that moment, it didn't feel reckless, it felt necessary. Like my brain and my heart agreed on one thing for once: just go, you'll figure it out. And somehow, despite the chaos, the confusion and the near spiritual level of back pain from that bus seat, I ended up exactly where I needed to be. And maybe that's what travel is. You do these ridiculous things that make no sense at the time, and later they turn into stories you laugh about, learn from, and quietly thank yourself for surviving. And this was just the beginning. I thought of making just one video about Kerala, but while I was editing this video, I thought, no, I need to make different parts and take you deep into the story of my 12 days of crazy adventure in this beautiful state. And in the next episode, I'm going to explore the backwaters of Kerala, not on a houseboat that everyone tells you to do. And I will also show you why I did not do the houseboat. So if you want chaos to peace transformation, a few more strangers to trust, and backwaters that look unreal, hit subscribe and I'll see you in Alleppey.